Good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another video with Everyday in Life with Wayne. And today, what we're going to do is we're getting ready for our Thanksgiving dinner. And what we're going to do is, first thing is I'm going to do some collard greens. And these collard greens, they're frozen because I put them in the freezer when I got them. And that's how I like them. So when I get ready to wash them and clean them off, then they just go in the pot. I don't have to worry about them being fresh and then they're sitting there pulling the lid up and I'm waiting for it to cook down before I can start adding everything to them. It's just a little tip I'll just put out there for you. I like to freeze them and then the next day pull them out and then work with them, start cooking on them. We're also going to be doing today, we're going to do macaroni and cheese, and I'm going to fry a turkey. Okay, that's going to be pretty good. And we're going to start off with that, and I'm going to cut them, and I cut the bag, and we're going to start washing them and get that going. Sink has already been washed and cleaned out. And you also can do this with your fresh greens because you can get them from whatever store or whatever farmer's market or even the little markets on the corner where you can get the big full bunch of greens. That's what I'm used to. That's how I learned. But then as you get older, you start finding out all the little shortcuts where they get them. Now they're cutting them up, putting them in the bag. I'm like, okay, that's saving me a lot of time from doing it the old-fashioned. I cut them up and do all that. But this way is much easier and it's much better. It cuts that time in half on them. The water I'm using, it's probably like lukewarm, kind of between warm and cold. So I'll put that on them. Another thing I like to do, I like to also tear the greens. I like to pull them apart. That helps make them even more smaller. I don't like real leafy greens. I like them nice and small, but I like this right here. Nice pieces, so when you eat them, you don't have to worry about big leaves in your mouth. I love them small or already broke up for you. Then what I'm going to also add, this is the vinegar. Don't matter what kind of vinegar you have, so you can add vinegar on there as well. And we'll go rinse them again. And the whole purpose behind washing your greens is to make sure that you get all the grit and the sand and everything off of them, in case, when you buy them and they put them in a bag, package them, or you get them fresh, you're going to have that grit from when they pick the greens from out of the ground. You have a lot of that stuff on it as well, so you want to make sure you wash them good. Okay, and the last thing we'll add is some salt. The salt helps get a lot of that grit out as well. Okay, that's good there. Once again, I still like pulling them apart when I'm cleaning them. Okay, they're looking good. All right. Okay, so that's all you need with that. So that's done. They're washed. They're pretty good, pretty clean. And I'm going to do, get my pot over here. I'm going to go ahead and place them in there. Okay, and now you can see how they look. See that? Now that's what I like right there. Now I can add my onions. I can add my seasons in them, and my water, and then they'll be ready to go and cook. I don't have to worry about this lid being stacked up on it because it's so full of greens that are fresh, and they'll push the lid up. So now this way I can have my lid down. It's going to cook right down real nice and even and really be ready to go. So we'll go ahead and put our salt in there. There we go. Pepper. Okay, then we will get our chopped onions. And now another thing I like to do is when my ham hocks are done, which I have them right over here in my pressure cooker. Pull that off of them. Oh yeah, those are looking real good, real good. So what I'm gonna do with those is I'm gonna pull them out so they can sit on the cutting board and start to cool. So once that happens, then I can cut them up, cut all the fat out of them, and make sure that all I have is meat. Take the fat, take the bones out, and all I use is just the meat that came with the ham hocks. And that was make them real, make your greens real. Like my wife loves a lot of meat in her greens. I like them too, nice and meaty. So when you're eating them, they taste delicious, especially the way these ham hocks are done. You can see they're nice and soft. This is how you want your ham hocks when they're done. You know, they're nice and soft. Look at that, the fat is just meat coming off the bone. So that way, when they cool and you get ready to cut this fat away, it's easy. It'll just melt right off. So you take that out and just take all the good meat out of it. Now, years ago, when I was younger, coming up around my family, we didn't take all the fat and everything. We cut everything up off the bone, move the bone, cut the fat, meat, all that up and mix it in the greens all together. That's how I was used to eating them. As I got older and got to watch my blood pressure and cholesterol levels, so I have to cut all that stuff out so I can be conscious of my health, make sure I'm gonna be around for a while, put it that way. Now what we have is all the juice in here, and this juice right here is what I use to put in the greens, because a lot of this is already seasoned. See that? That's already seasoned right there. So that's going to help out a lot with the flavor of the greens. Now if all this water here cooked down, then I'll just add some more, get some more water, add it to it if I run out of this. But I like to use this first so I'll get all that flavor in there. Okay, now this is how it's coming out. How you can see how it looks in there. About that much, about even with the greens, or you can actually put a little more where it's over the greens, so it can cover the greens as well. But then we're gonna put them on the stove. We're gonna fire them up, let them start cooking, and we'll get the whole house smelling real good. Now it's really Thanksgiving coming in, because now you're gonna get the whole smell of the house. The whole aroma is going everywhere. This ham hocks is good. They're done. They're already smelling up the house. So this is awesome. So let's get them started. Put that right around medium high. Get them to where they start boiling. Once it's boiling, then I can adjust the temperature from there. If I want it fast, boiling a little high, or boiling low, or medium. So I'm just gonna let that go. I'm gonna put a lid on top of that, and then we're just gonna let those go, and we'll get back to them. We'll see you then. Okay, we're back, and we're gonna take care of the ham hocks. We're gonna go ahead and cut these up, and we're gonna put them in the bowl. Like you see, I already did some, and I just wanted to show you how it came out. And this is how small you want it, about like this right here. So I'm gonna start cutting the rest of these up, add it to it, then we'll go over and we'll add it to the greens to check on them. So this is how I cut it. Usually go, cut down the fat, and then we roll that right out. I have a bag here, is where I keep all my scraps at. Then you can see right here how the meat is shown. There's all that meat right there. So this is what I cut out. And this is what's going into the pot right here. All that good meat there. You got a lot of bones. And I just feel around and cut around what I can get. There. All right, bone, put that over there. basically I'm just cutting the meat off of it. If there's a lot of big clumps of fat, I'll take that and I'll put it in the bag over here, so it's out of the way. You see, look at all that meat. All that meat is ready. That's good right there. That's what I like in my greens right there. Okay, we're gonna get ready to head over to the pot and add the meat to it. Stir that up so the greens should be good and done. If not, they're cooking for maybe another 5 minutes, but they should be done, but it should look good as well. Let's check that out. All right, let's look at that. You see how the greens turned out here? Oh yeah, it's perfect. Then we just add it in. Mix it, start stirring it. That's how you get your nice and meaty greens with ham hocks. Now you also can do whatever meat you decide you want to use. If you want to use turkey wings, you can put in there, smoked turkey wings. If you want to put some smoked neck bones, that'll work well in here, or just regular neck bones, or turkey tails, whatever you want to use as a meat to go in there. And you can see how I'm mixing that up, how it's coming out. That's how you want it. You need plenty of meat in there. So just about every bite greens you get out and you put on your plate, you're gonna get meat in there. Oh, so that's good right there. There you go. So that's how you want it to look. It's gonna come out just like that. And this is done here. So now we'll close that up. That finished out. I'll turn it off. And then we're gonna head over here and check on the mac and cheese, which should be done as well. We'll pull that out, get the foil off of it, see how that's looking. Then we'll cut the oven on broil and let it brown on top, and then it's gonna be done. So let's go ahead and check that out. We'll pull it out. All right. Some of the cheese will come out on that, but that's okay. Some of the news, that's all right. Set that right here. Come back and we'll check on that. So when it's done, and we'll pull it out, and that's it for this part. Then we'll move on to the getting the turkey ready to be deep fried. All right, let's check on it. Should be ready. Oh yeah, that is ready to go. And there we go. That's beautiful. That's what we want right there. Take it, slide it right on in. Okay. What I'm gonna do is just let that cool. Once it cools to a good temperature, then I'll cut it into squares, and then that way we can scoop that out or get it, a nice square when you put it on your plate. You don't have to just dig all in it. It'll be nice and even squares. So, okay, well that's gonna do it for the greens and the macaroni and cheese. So we'll be back with the turkey, getting it prepped and ready to go into the deep fry.